There's no bigger change in your life than having a baby. Not only to your sleep, to the state of your house, and to your bank balance, but you now have something you love even more than yourself. Babies grow up fast, and during the first 3 months, you want to capture those amazing moments. Their first bath, when you bring them home from hospital, meeting their grandparents and their brothers and sisters, and of course, those first little smiles. Now, you could be in one of two situations here. One, you've already had your baby and you want to go back and craft the video clips and photos you've captured into a story. Or two, you're super organized and you haven't had your baby yet and you're getting some ideas of what to capture when it comes. Now, as parents, we capture these moments because we think they're cute and we want to rewatch them and share them with our friends and family. But you've also got to consider the other reason you're doing this, and that's to show your kids when they're older. Don't forget what you're doing here is very important. By capturing these precious moments, you're giving your child, who will eventually grow up, the opportunity to look back on what they were like as a baby and what their family life was actually like. No matter what situation you're in, if you're like most people, you're going to have loads of content to work with. I mean, if you're anything like my wife and I, your phone will be full of little photos and videos of your baby doing super cute things. The key thing to do with any project like this is to set aside a time period to work with. For example, the first 3 months. Once you define the time period, it's all about just finding the best content to put within that period and using that to build a story. And these moments will be a combination of key events and just everyday moments where your child does something cute or funny. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't create a video story of the first time your baby meets his or her grandparents. That would probably be worth doing as a video on its own. It just means that when you're creating your longer video story, you focus on the highlights of that period. So the key things to consider are: make an effort and set aside time to capture the key moments and events. Obviously, your first priority is to be a loving parent, but make sure that you get some vision of those key moments. My wife still gets a little teary every time she watches the video of my son meeting his sister for the first time. Make sure you film and take photos in landscape mode, otherwise you'll hate yourself later when it comes to editing and you find that you have black bars all over your images and videos. When it comes to editing your video, use text to help tell the story. For example, start on a blank screen with the date and the name of your baby. Then start with some footage of them in the hospital. Then cut to some more text that says 2 days later and show vision of them when they came home for the first time. How you craft a video like this is really up to you, but you just want to remember that you're creating something special here that should last a lifetime. And in a few years, when your kids are moody teenagers, you'll find great pleasure in re-watching these videos to remind yourself of how cute they actually were.